Good morning, amazing pupils. I'm sure we had a splendid weekend. I saw your beautiful clock faces, the polka dots, the sun clock face, the splash of colors, and so many others. They were really beautiful. Well done, guys. So I will encourage others to make theirs because as the day goes by, we'll refer to these clock faces to help us understand better what we are learning. So today we are going to start with the analog time. Remember last week I said we can reinterpret time using the analog and the digital. Now the analog interprets time using numbers. Even the digital does so. But for the analog, they interpret using numbers and lines. The analog reads in half past, quarter past, quarter to, and o'clock. Excuse me, I repeat myself. The analog uses half past, quarter to, and o'clock. But first of all, we must identify the to and the past on the clock. So if you have your clock, divide your clock face into half. When you're done that, let me move to the next slide. Like this. Divide it into half so that this half and this half are equal. Now, when you have the 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's past. So that is quarter past. That is half past. But when you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is 2. Don't forget. So what you would do, divide your clock face into half. Make sure that both halves are equal. Then you have the 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write on a paper past. Sound right and stick on it and do the same with the 2. T-O, that's a preposition. With the 2, stick it to the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We proceed. Now, we want to interpret the meaning of the o'clock, the quarter past, the quarter to, and the half past. When the minute hand, remember the longer hand is the minute hand. The longer hand is the minute hand. The shortest hand is the hour hand. The shortest hand is the hour hand. The fastest hand, which is usually red, depending on the clock, is the second hand. Now, for the minute hand, in an analog clock, you must first of all identify the minute hand. You must first of all identify the minute hand. The 12 is o'clock. The 3 is quarter past. The 6 is half past. The 9 is quarter to. Now, this is my clock. The minute hand is on 3. That's quarter past. So if you go to your clock, write on a piece of paper or you can write on a piece of paper, quarter past, stick it to the side so you don't forget. On the 9, I move my clock. Quarter to, quarter past, quarter to. Most times the 3 and 9 are always on the same axis. Then the 6, I move again. Half past. Sorry, my clock is bending, so it's looking as if it's bent. Half past. And then the 12, which is the king of the clock. O'clock. So we have o'clock. We have 3 as quarter past. We have 9 as quarter to. And we have 6 as half past. Once you can identify these things, it will be very easy to calculate, or not to calculate, but to tell what the time is. Let's move to example 1. Okay, this is a summary of what I've just said. The 12 for the analog clock is o'clock. The 3 is quarter past. The 6 is half past. The 9 is quarter to. Next slide. Good. This is an example. So first of all, in an analog clock, I said we do something first. When you have a clock like this, okay, I just cleared that so that we can work together. When you have a clock like this, the first thing you identify in the analog clock is the minute hand. And the minute hand is usually the longer hand. So on this clock, the longer hand is here, which is the minute hand, and is on 12. And I said that 12 represents what? O'clock. So, and then the second thing to identify is the hour hand. The hour hand is directly on 1. Now let me give you a key. If the hour hand is in between 1 and 2, you must pick the number it's the hour hand just left, just passed. You can't go to the next number, except you're talking about 2. If it is past and the hour hand is in between 2 numbers, you pick the number that the hour hand just passed. If the hour hand is on the 2 axes, the 2 axes are the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You pick the next number. So if the hour hand is in between 7 and 8 on the 2 part, I will pick 8. We're going to practicalize so that you can understand better. Now for this time, the time here is 1 o'clock. So I type. They've written it in words, but this is how we write it here. 1. You remember our apostrophe that we learned? 1 o'clock. Good. This is the meaning of the time written. So this is 1 o'clock. We move to the next slide. 5:15. How did they get 5:15? Remember, in an analog clock, you identify the minute hand first. The minute hand is the longer hand. Now this minute hand is on 3. And I said the analog time, once it's on 3, it means it's quarter past. Quarter past. Quarter past. So I pick up my marker and I write quarter, space bar, past. We are working together. Now, how do I know quarter past what? Good question. I go to the hour hand. The hour hand is in between 5 and 6. It's not straight on 5 like the way the 3 is straight. Now, Miss Bola said that once it's on the past side, which is the numbers between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you must pick on the number that the hour hand has just passed. Now, the hour hand has just passed 5. So, we are going to pick 5. So, the time is what? 5:15. 5:15. Easy cheesy, right? We move to the next clock. I love this clock. Now look at this. We said identify the minute hand. The minute hand. The minute hand is on 6. And the 6 represents half past. You write half. Half past. Now, where is the if the minute hand is on half past, where is the hour hand? The hour hand is in between 4 and 5. Because the hour hand is not on the 2 axes, the 2 axes are the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We pick the number that the hour hand just passed, which is what? 4. So the time is half past. The time is half past 4. Come on, 4. Where are you? Good job. Well done, Miss Bola. We go to the next slide. Ta-da! We have, yes, this is where we are coming to. Now, the minute hand, identify the minute hand, which is the long hand, is on 9. If you go back to the beginning, the 9 represents quarter to. And so we type quarter to. So we have quarter to. Quarter to what? Now, look at the hour hand. Uh-oh, why are you dragging? Look at the hour hand. It's in between 6 and 7. Remember, it's not on 5 and 6, but it has crossed the past 6 and has come to the 2 axis. And once it's on the 2 axis, you won't go back to the number it has passed, but the following number, the next number. And the next number is 7. So the answer is 7:15. Great job. We'll move to the next slide. Now, these are exercises. These are exercises. I'm going to do 2 and then you do the rest in your notebook. Don't draw the clock. Just write exercise in your math notebook. Write this instruction. No, write exercise and write analog time reading. Then go straight to number 1, write the answer. Number 2, write the answer. Try it yourself. Don't allow mommy and daddy to do it. Try it yourself. Let's see, so that we can correct privately each other. Do you understand? All right, let's continue. So I have number 1. Remember, in your exercise note, title it analog time reading, and don't forget to write your date, please. All right, it says look at the clock carefully and write the time in your notebook. So I will do number 1 and number 2, and then you complete the rest of that. I think there are 7 clocks. You complete the rest, and then you proceed to the Google Sheet, to the Google Classroom, where you have one more worksheet to do on a PowerPoint that you can download. You don't need to download, just open through the Google Sheet and just work on it and submit back to my email. Thank you. So let's do number 1 and 2 together. The first thing to identify is what? Did I hear someone say? The minute hand. And the minute hand is the long hand. Once you follow the rule, you will not miss it. The minute hand is on 6. Now go back to your note. I said at the beginning that the 6 represents half past. So once you identify the minute hand, you type straight, you write it. Don't waste time. Half past. And then you come back. Now we have identified the minute hand. We want to identify the hour hand. Now the hour hand is the shortest hand. Now, where is the hour? Is it on 4 or is it on 5? How do we know? I said that once the hour hand is on the past angle, which is 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is in between those numbers, you pick the number that the hour hand has just passed, and which is 4. So my time is 4:30. Well done, Miss Bola. That is very easy cheesy. We move to the next clock. One more clock and then you complete the rest. Okay, let me not do this one. Let me do number 3. Yeah. So number 3, I look at my clock carefully. I first of all identify the minute hand. The minute hand is the longer hand. And it's on 9. It's on the 2 axis. And I said that the 9 represents 1:45. And so I type 1:45. 1:45 what? Let's find out. Now we have the hour hand. The hour hand is in between 11 and 12. Now, which is the hour hand? I said when it's on the 2 axes between 7 to 12, you pick the next number, not the number that the hour hand has just passed. And the next number is 12. So my answer is 1:45. And we have an answer. So I have done number 1, I have done number 3. You complete number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, down to number 8. So do it and see. Let me know how far you've gone. If you have any confusion, go back to the video, go back to the beginning, go back to your clock. Remember, on your clock, you divided the clock into 2, into halves. That is 1, 2, into half, 1/2, 1/2 in half as fraction. And then we identify that between the 12 to 6 is the past. And between where you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is the 2. So once you've done that and you've placed your papers on the quarter past, on the 1:45, on the half past, on the o'clock, you have no problem. Try it and let me see how You did. Thank you very much. Bye.